Barnyard Commandos was a toy line produced by Playmates Toys in 1989. A 13-episode animated series based on the toys was made the following year. Barnyard Commandos was based around the concept of farm animals who consumed radioactive materials left over from an abandoned military experiment, mutating them into hyper-intelligent, anthropomorphic paramilitary troops. This consists of two teams, the Rams and the Porks. Each figure in this line includes a weapon accessory. There were two series of figures made. In this video, I will be taking a look at the first series, which includes 8 figures, 4 from each side, and 2 vehicles. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button.
Barnyard Commandos! The Rams are on the move, led by Major Liger Mutton, a ram of great vision.
Glasses? Ha! Who needs them?
And Commodore Fleece Cardigan. Rams, follow me! There's Pilot Fluff Pendleton.
Is here the ram yet?
And Sergeant Wooly Pullover.
Yo, hey, thank you. Have a nice day, know what I mean?
Barnyard Commandos from Playmates.
Each Rams figure comes packaged with a handbook for new recruits. Unfortunately, it is confidential, so I cannot show what's inside. But once photoed out, there is a small poster of the Rams. The first team up is the Rams, which stands for Rebel Army of Military Sheep. There were 4 members of the Rams released in Series 1. The first one up is Major Liger Mutton. Nicknamed Old Ram, this is one menacing looking character. Liger Mutton, like most of the line, is positioned on all 4s and has a very angry facial expression. The Rams and Porks do not like each other one bit. I really like the way the eyes stare at you from straight on. As the only true Ram in this wave, he does have large spiral horns, while the other members of the Rams do not. Most of the figures are hollow, like that of a squeeze toy. The hull is used to attach their individual weapon of choice. For Major Mutton, that being a guided missile launcher. This thing is huge on the figure, and goes to show you how crazy of a toy line Barnyard Commandos truly was. Nothing goes together better than farm animals with military-grade weapons. One thing to note is the missile is unfortunately non-removable. The majority of the missile launcher is olive green in color, with some added red and dark blue. Sculpt-wise, it turned out pretty nice. Next up for the Rams is Pilot Fluff Pendleton. First thing that stands out is Fluff is lacking horns, instead going for a more normal sheep body. His facial expression is a bit more sinister in appearance. I do like the sculpted wool on the body. While overall simple in design, at least they did try to put in some detail where necessary. Fluff comes with a night fighter jet. The fighter jet looks just like that. It once again pegs into the figure's back. A dark blue jet that includes 2 orange and red tip missiles. The missiles are attached to the jet. It would have added to the play value of these figures if the missiles were able to be removed, but more than likely would have led kids to end up losing them. They do look good for display purposes at least. Next up is Commodore Fleece Cardigan. Color aside, the body for Fleece is very similar to that of Fluff Pendleton, although the sculpted wool extends all the way down to the legs on this figure. The standout of this figure has to be the flat top. This was a great design choice to include, as many military characters in film and television are usually seen with the flat top. The only thing that can top an awesome haircut is a heart tattoo. While several of the figures do include little tattoos, this heart tattoo takes the cake. Fleece comes included with his Swamp Fighter. This jet-powered airboat comes equipped with machine guns on each side. Located towards the back is the propeller. It is able to rotate to help out with the steering. While not my favorite of the accessories so far, I have to give props for giving each character its own unique military specialty. The last character in this first wave of Rams is Sergeant Wooly Pullover. This is the only member of the Rams who is not on all 4s. In the cartoon, most of the characters walked on their hind legs, so it is a bit strange when it comes to the figures. They made 3 of the 4 Rams positioned on all 4 legs. I'm sure mostly due to their included accessories, but it is still a bit odd. Wooly continues that fierce facial expression. When the gums are showing, it comes off even more menacing. My favorite thing about this figure, though, has to be the inclusion of the red bandana. This is clearly a nod to Rambo, and I absolutely love it. Wooly comes equipped with a bazooka. I do like how they have placed it on the figure. Since Wooly is standing upright, the bazooka is still pegged into the back, but this time wraps around the body. It's a unique looking design as well as nicely sculpted. Wooly Pullover is my personal favorite figure in this series of Rams characters.
Barnyard Commandos! The Porks are on the move, always ready to provoke their sheepish opponents. There's Private Cider Bacon.
There is a difference between fry and saute.
Sergeant Shoat and Sweet.
Come on, you guys. We'll be late for canasta.
Captain Tusker Chitlins.
Now, was that 2 torpedoes at 3 o'clock?
And General Hambat Lardo.
Who's covering the flank?
Barnyard Commandos from Playmates.
Each Porks figure also comes with a secret code book as well. I do like instead of Pig Latin, they changed it to Pork Latin. And once folded out, there is a little poster of all the Porks characters and their vehicle. Now we move on over to the Porks side. Just as with the Rams, there are 4 Porks characters in the first wave of Barnyard Commandos. The first figure up for the Porks is Captain Tusker Chitlins. His pose is similar to that of Major Legger Muttons. The Porks are just as angry as the Rams, as you can see by Chitlins showing off his large tusk. This is one character you would not want to meet on the battlefield for sure. My favorite part of this figure, though, is the anchor tattoo. Captain Chitlins comes with a submarine as his military specialty. I really like the design of this submarine, and the color blue used on it. Just as with the Rams, the accessory just pegs into the back of the figure. The top looks like a miniature submarine. It even has a little propeller. But the hose running down to the face mask is the best part in my opinion. Next up is General Hamfat Lardo. I like how his specialty is Death Star laser. And here we have the General himself. The front left leg has a red star tattoo. He has a design pattern covering most of his body. And of course he has an angry expression, along with some crazy looking eyes. Here he is equipped with his Death Star laser. The contraption has 2 larger lasers on each side, as well as a smaller one on the back side. There are 2 hoses running down to his face mask. Located on the top is an antenna that can actually rotate 360 degrees. An interesting looking character design and weapon. Up next is Sergeant Shoat and Sweet. Just as with the Rams, the Sergeant here is the only Porks member to stand upright. Shoat and Sweet is my favorite of the Porks characters. I really love his design. Starting off with that nose ring, but the facial expression is just as great. The way the mouth is open only on one side, causing the left eye to be squinting. He too has a small tattoo. Here is a look at the back side along with his curly pigtail. The Sergeant comes with his anti-aircraft gunner. Here we have a base with a large gun attached in the middle. There is a shield that covers his body, but has a large opening for him to look through to see what he's firing at. The gun itself can actually be moved slightly side to side. And here we have him in action. The last Porks member up is Private Cider Bacon, an amazing name for sure. The body of Cider Bacon is almost identical to Hamfat Lardo's, except for the head. The dark brown on the skin looks as if it is mud splattered onto the body. He too has a nose ring as well as large tusk. I do really like the design pattern. The Private's specialty is a flamethrower. The flamethrower plugs into the back and comes equipped with safety goggles. The dark blue hoses stand out amongst the light gray of the weapon. Yet again another fantastic looking accessory.
Barnyard Commandos! The Porks and the Rams are each trying to get the upper hoof in their never-ending battle for truth, justice, and American hay. The Ram tank is equipped to put the Porks on the lamb. These sheep are on a roll with special anti-swine weaponry and pig-pushing crash plates. But the pigs have their own secret weapon, the Porkapult, able to launch the Porks into battle, equipped with wall-seeking radar and ram-slamming machine gun. These guys are animals! Barnyard Commandos from Playmates!
A war between the Porks and Rams would not be complete without some vehicles, and the first series of Barnyard Commandos gave us one for each side. Now let's take a look at the Rams vehicle, the Ram Tank. On the top of the vehicle sits the swiveling Bacon blaster gun, which can move backwards, as well as rotate 360 degrees. Underneath is the sturdy commando seat, designed especially for sheep. Moving to the front is the massive pig pushing plate. Along the sides are the sausage grinding treads that pig soldiers dread. Although smaller than the Porkapult, there are actually more stickers on this vehicle. Alongside the gun, there are several weapons sculpted, as well as a pair of binoculars. The Ram Tank is a smaller vehicle, holding only one ram, unlike the Porkapult, which can easily hold 3 pigs. The Ram Tank also has no problem rolling. Up next is the pig-powered pork barrel weapon, known as the Porkapult. In the front of the vehicle are the 2 hoof stabilizers. They have 2 articulation points that allow up and down movement. Next is the Gatling-style anti-aircraft machine gun. The handle allows it to move up and down. The barrel itself can rotate 360 degrees. Underneath that is the steering wheel, which also can rotate. Here is the seat where one of the Porks would sit in to drive the vehicle. Above is a handle that looks to control the actual Porkapult, but while it can rotate 360 degrees, does not actually control the action feature. Around the back there is a small hook that can rotate, and underneath that a little set of wheels that actually spin. Moving around there are sculpted parts on the side, and in the front the 2 big wheels that spin as well. Working the way up the ladder leads to the sturdy diving platform and the launch activating toilet seat. On the diving platform is a sticker that reads jump. That's actually pretty funny. On the opposite side is the bathtub launcher, which propels the pigs in a battle. It is a white claw tub. And finally on top is the wool-seeking radar that searches out the rams. The radar can rotate 360 degrees. For a line of figures with little to no articulation, the Porkapult has a lot of moving parts. As I mentioned before about the spinning wheels, rolling the Porkapult is no problem. Now let's take a closer look at the main attraction for this vehicle. As one pig sits in the tub, another jumps from the diving platform onto the toilet seat, launching the pig in the tub soaring. And there you have the complete Series 1 of Barnyard Commandos. A very short-lived toy line, but one that stands the test of time. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know if you have any memories of this toy line as well, or give me suggestions for future reviews. Thanks for watching.